We are back. I hope you enjoyed our weddings episode last week. I hope you're not mad at us for the strong opinions that we had, but they needed to be said. And we got another great theme this week. I am your host, Morg, and this is Joe.
Hello.
And we are two B's from Lil D. And this week, our theme of our episode is about birthday parties. So I thought following up on the back to school vein, in elementary school, I remember inviting my whole class to birthday parties. It was kind of a rule of trade. You had to invite everybody.
Oh, of course.
And
I was like, everybody, and then some.
Yeah. Oh, well, who are you? Oh, I knew you in preschool.
Oh, yes, of course. I know you.
So I thought as we were kind of going through the theme this week, though, we had a question come in on back to school homework. And I know we talked about this a few times.
Ooh, our favorite.
Yes. In our summer episodes. And I think we mentioned it even in our back to school episode. Clearly, it really struck a nerve. But we had someone write in. Thank you so much for your bee baggage this week. And they said, I'm a mom of 3 and my oldest is going into high school. Congrats.
Mm-hmm. Kids growing up.
She has her first round of summer homework and has been very unmotivated to attempt the work to be done. So I'm asking the two B's to help me motivate her as we get close to turning in the summer homework this year.
Yeah, I was just gonna say more. She's running out of time.
I know. Do you have like tomorrow? Is that
Well, then you came to the right people because Morg and I are pros at last minute homework.
That's right. We're gonna tell you the recipe to get pumped to do a 1-day summer submission of your homework.
Okay, Morg.
I think it starts with about 2 hours in the pool.
Yes, because you got to mentally prep yourself. You got to pre-reward yourself. Like, okay, I'm going to do this. I can do this. But first, I just need to fully enjoy the last bit of my summer.
Yeah, I like the anti-psychology behind that pre-reward. Yourself.
Pre-reward, Morg. You mean you don't pre-reward yourself all the time?
I'm always like, I'm going to do what I want to do, and then I'm never going to do what I don't want to do.
Yeah, pre-rewarding is definitely a dangerous system. You gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah, I was thinking, you gotta like jump in the pool, think about the homework, like think about all of the things you
contemplate.
Need to do. Yeah, contemplate. What you need. I mean, I assume if it's your ninth grade year, you're also going to have like 1-page paper. Like it's not the worst thing that you've ever had to do.
Yeah, or like some short journal entries, and you can BS that for sure.
Yes. Sorry, Mom, but this is what you asked for.
Your kids only got 1 day. Hey, we're working with what we got, okay?
I think, okay, so 2 hour soak time, you come out, like some air punches, like motivational, like...
You got to cue up that Rocky.
Yeah, play a really good song. That's a great idea. Mm-hmm. And then I think for me, it's time to lock yourself in the room till it's done. That's what I would do.
Oh, well, so my strategy is a little bit different because, I mean, again, my strategy is definitely reward based.
Oh, so continuing rewards.
Continued rewards. Yes, Morg. I mean, hey, you're working really hard. Like you got to ease into the school year, okay? You can't just jump in like that. So I did mention this before. My system was, set goals, and then after every time you achieve those goals, you get an ice cream cone. So,
Oh my God. How many?
1 day, 5 ice cream cones.
5?
I don't know, Morg. Hey, it's 1 day. It's 1 day. Lay off, Morg.
Okay, so what is it? Like write a paragraph, get an ice cream cone?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like you write a journal entry or whatever, get an ice cream cone. So sure, if you have a 5 paragraph paper, write a paragraph, get an ice cream cone, or get a chocolate chip or a piece of a Hershey's Kiss. Maybe that's more.
Pick your poison.
Yeah, but rewards based, Pavlov's dog, every time you do something good, you get a treat.
Yeah. Oh,
maybe not.
No. Okay. I like it. I think our listener has now 2 really great strategies, depending on how her daughter is best motivated.
Great strategies.
The reward system seems to work best for you. I feel like mine is a little bit like, yes, get some pre-reward soak time in the pool. Psych yourself up, air punch, best song you can think of, song of the summer, and then lock yourself away. So,
okay, but I have a question about your system.
Yes.
There's no post reward. You straight up get only a pre-reward?
The post reward is doing the work you were supposed to do all summer.
Yeah, but that sucks because
The relief of the stress, Joe.
okay, but then you feel relieved for about 10 minutes and then you're like, oh crap, tomorrow I start school.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, if it works for you, Morg, it works for you. You know, I mean, clearly you didn't love my 5 ice cream cones idea.
Sounds like a tummy ache waiting to happen.
No, it sounds like a dream come true.
I have a sensitive stomach. I cannot deal with that.
I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, well, if I were to add a post reward, it would not be during. It has to be after. That's just how I work. I think.
And what would a post reward for a girl who's just locked herself in her room, you know, asking for this person, not for you,
Cranked it out.
what would that look like?
I feel like let her like pick somewhere special to order dinner from, or like, you know, like last meal.
Okay, but that's like almost rewarding bad behavior.
You're giving her 5 ice cream cones.
No, this is self-set goals. I'm like, the mom tells her like, okay, you figure out your own system, but this is what I've heard works. These are all self-motivated.
Okay, so you think she pays for the ice cream herself?
What? Does mom not keep ice cream on hand? I feel sorry for this household.
I don't know, Joe.
Scoop them yourself. Maybe that doesn't work for everyone.
I see. Okay. So I was thinking like she was going to go buy her a set of like drumsticks, those nice ones, and then do.
Oh, no.
Okay. So the daughter has to find these strategies herself.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel. I feel it's like, what motivates the daughter?
Ideally, yeah. I thought you were being too kind. I thought you were being too giving too much.
Oh, no. As a parent, I would never be like, here, if you do write a paragraph, you can eat an ice cream cone. I don't even know if my mom was aware that I did that.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't like say that the reward then is something that her parents would have to buy, because the meal would be that. So,
well, yeah. And really,
afterwards, then I probably would want to do something like fun that's prepping for the first day of school. So I'd probably want to do something like decorate my binder,
picking out the pleather,
getting ideas for my locker decor, something like that.
Printing out some pictures of Jesse McCartney.
That's right, Mrs. McCartney.
Okay, that's a good reward. Maybe more realistic.
Yeah, I think, way more realistic than her mom rewarding bad behavior. Good call. We don't want that.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Well, I hope the bee baggage this week gave you some really great ideas on what the bees would do to pump that homework out in the last minute, bottom of the ninth.
That is our specialty. We are like professionals when it comes to last minute assignments.
That's right. But this week we have a fun theme of birthday parties. I was thinking about this topic and all the quintessential birthday party locations that kids have their parties at. Like, it's just the same everywhere. I'm curious if like that was just a Texas thing.
Oh.
But I want to say bowling alley.
That was honestly
mini golf.
Oh, these are the first ones that jumped into my mind. But I have a question for you about that.
Yeah.
Do you think that's changed? Because I feel like bowling is no longer that interesting to people anymore. Like, I feel like we've had several bowling alleys shut down around here. Like, do kids go bowling for birthdays anymore?
You know what? I'm not sure, but when we still had bowling alley parties, like there was like a dude smoking next to you. Like,
it was the best.
Bowling was like such a weird party to me. I just remember like there would be like a birthday party of like 10 8-year-olds, and then next to you would be guys' nights bowling, and they're like pissed that you're not taking it seriously. You don't know the rules. You don't know you're not supposed to like run up there while they're like very seriously bowling. But
yeah, like who organized that?
I remember a guy like snapping at me. Oh. Yeah, who organized it?
Right, I remember that too, because at like 8 years old, you're just running up and throwing the ball like you don't give a crap. But I remember too, like older men in these men's bowling clubs wearing their special gloves for their bowlers.
Yes.
And they would like just roll their eyes and just like drop their ball and be like, not supposed to do that.
Yes.
It's like, I'm 8. Like, nobody taught me bowling etiquette. There's no like procedure when you enter a bowling alley. You don't have to sign a waiver form that you understand the rules and regulations.
Yeah, I barely know how to get it in my lane once I make it down there. And you know I'm setting off that buzzer.
Oh.
Stepping over the line.
Right? It's like if I don't have bumpers, the ball's going into a whole nother lane. Like, give me the bumpers, man. And yeah, like stepping over that line, all that stuff, Morg. Bowling, I never actually learned how to bowl.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if bowling is still a popular birthday party theme. I guess I would say maybe not.
Yes, well, same with mini golf. You listed those two, and I was like, well, is that also popular?
Like weddings, birthday parties for children have like upgraded. I think they have gone up a notch.
No.
I mean, I just feel like they got like a petting zoo. They got
No.
Yes, my sister wanted to rent a llama for my nephew's 1-year-old birthday.
Oh my.
She's speechless.
And did she?
No, she didn't. It was like $3,000. But she thought about it, and that's my point.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, and I would have guessed that. Yeah, oh my gosh. Okay, so I'd be super curious to know what kids' birthdays look like now. I saw someone who had like a bouncy castle, and I was like, dang, that's pretty cool. I wish when I was a kid, my parents would have gotten a bouncy castle for my yard for my birthday.
Okay, the bouncy castle thing actually is pretty awesome. And my aunt, she has, a lot of grandkids now. And whenever they have like big family events like Christmas and whatnot, they always get a bounce house. And I think it's a great idea because the kids love it.
Yeah.
And it's not that expensive. And they come
really?
set it up and take it down.
Oh.
And they live in like a small town, but I was like, this is pretty impressive. So it's not like it's hard to set it up on their like property and stuff. But I just was like, this is a good idea.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's definitely good to know. And man, if we have any parents listening, I feel like that's good to know. I had no idea.
Yeah. And when I lived in Virginia, I lived in like a townhome community, and the parents would, for any of the kids in the community, rent bounce houses for their birthdays, but everybody would go and play on them from the like whole neighborhood. And so I always felt like there was a bouncy house going on.
Wait, and like when you say everyone, like were there adults in there too? It was like really they were using it as an excuse, you know?
I didn't ever see any adults in the bouncy houses,
okay.
But I feel like the parties were like, come and go. Like anybody was kind of welcome to come. They would have to set up those bouncy houses like on multiple people's lawns. So I think they just really, it's a community thing.
Dang, okay, cool. Okay, and then so what are some other ones that you were thinking of that are like when you think of birthday parties, what do you think of?
Okay, you know what never goes out of style? Those slumber parties.
Oh, never.
I feel like those still happen.
I think they do too. I mean, there's just something about sleeping at a house with like 12 other girls, and I just remember it was like on special ones, or I don't know when exactly, but it's like my mom would take me to buy matching set pajamas. And I remember I had like some pajamas that I just loved. And it was always so fun to like wear pajamas that I would never really wear. Normally I slept in just an oversized t-shirt, but for slumber parties, I was tricking everyone. Yeah. They thought I was sleeping in satin.
Yeah. And you like bring your like child's sleeping bag that's Lion King themed, and then you just line them up in somebody's living room.
Oh, that was like drama at our house though, because my parents, we didn't have like special themed sleeping bags. We just had like my dad bought us each a sleeping bag, and it had a bag. So when you rolled it up, you should have put it in a bag. And we all lost our bags at like slumber parties. And my dad was like, don't lose the bag. Don't lose the bag. Where's the bag? It was like, we don't have any bags for our sleeping bags. And I think my dad kind of had one of those moments where it was like, why do I even bother? Like, children can't take care of nice things.
That's like such a dad thing to care about too. It's like,
right?
The only thing I care about right now is this bag.
Right? Like why was that such a big deal? It's like just a little black bag that you slipped the sleeping bag into. But I guess for organization, I don't know.
It's the principle.
The principle was the principle. We had no values at 6 years old.
That was the last thing on your mind. You like dump your sleeping bag out, and you're like I remember like day one, our sleeping bags were in garbage bags. That's how we carried them over.
See, that's smart because little kids lose things. Like, I feel like going to a slumber party was like going to, I don't even know how to describe it, but you came out of a slumber party like, whoa, like you were just in a rave or something where you're like, whoa, it's daylight outside. Like, who am I? Like, my hair is completely knotted. I have like lipstick on the side of my face. Like, I don't know, Morg. Slumber parties are crazy.
Yeah, they're like a black spot in your mind. You're like, I don't know what happened in there.
Your mom's like, where's your shoe? And you're like, I entered with shoes? I don't know.
Yeah, our parents must have also, like, you have to assume, right? When your kid's going to a slumber party, you're like, nothing they have is coming back.
Yeah. Like, that's why it surprises
me. Nothing.
Right? That's why it surprises me when parents are like, do you have this? But it's like, come on, like I could have told you that kid is not going to take care of that.
Yeah. And like there was like 10 other kids there. Like they all got each other's stuff. Like I'm bringing back your shirt, you're bringing back my shoes. Who knows? Like you said,
You're never going to see it again.
kid rave. I love that. It was like a kid rave.
Or like a weird what do you call those kind of parties where it's like everyone brings stuff and you like exchange, like people do it with clothes that they don't want.
Oh, is it like a swap or something? I don't know.
A swap. That's exactly what it is. It's like a clothing swap or something. It's like a child version of that, but it's like an accidental swap.
Yeah, it's like you pack other kids' stuff when you come home. They're like, when did you get this shirt? I don't know. When Caitlin turned 8 and like dark music starts to play.
Like these shorts are 2 sizes too small. What?
Yeah, and like your hands were like sticky from like whatever you ate all night. Just like you eat the most disgusting food at birthday parties, like pizza, candy, popcorn. You're not sleeping at all.
You don't sleep. No, the movie morgue. That was always a huge, like, I remember every time I had a slumber party, it was like going to Hastings and being like, Mom, like, we have to get this movie. And it'd be like, you know how they only had a certain number of copies? Oh my gosh, morgue life pre-Netflix. They only had a certain number of copies, and you lift up like the video case and there'd be nothing behind it, and that meant they had no copies, and you're like, no.
And you drop to your knees and it like zooms out.
No passport to Paris.
The last copy of Mary-Kate and Ashley's newest film.
Yes, it was so dramatic though. It was like that was such a huge part of like your slumber party success.
I remember at one of your birthday parties, your slumber parties, my parents were very religious and did not like anything I don't know what it is, like ghost related. And it was the second Casper movie, Casper and Wendy.
I was gonna say with Hilary Duff.
Yes. And I remember feeling so uncomfortable because I had been told like no witchcraft, like not prior to your birthday party, but just like in life in general. And I was so like hot watching that movie and like nervous that I was going to get in trouble.
Oh my gosh, Morg. I feel horrible. I had no idea. I wouldn't have chosen it. But I honestly had no idea, and I definitely remember that. I remember that so vividly too, like that movie.
It was a big deal. Everybody wanted to watch it.
Yeah, it was. And I don't know why, because it sucked, but I was a huge fan of Casper #1. But I didn't even think about that, but I guess that is kind of true.
Like you're a kid in your head and you're like, well, I mean, this is just a cartoon ghost. Maybe it's okay. You've seen the TV version of the other one,
Oh, so you'd already seen Casper.
I don't know. I just was like going through I remember going through scenarios and being like, I guess I'm just going to have to tell Mom tomorrow it happened.
Wait, and did you tell your mom? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think I did. And she didn't care. So I was like, I don't know the rules here, ma'am.
What ghost movies can I watch and what ghost movies can I not watch, Mom?
Explain witchcraft. I don't get it. Oh, man. But what about you, Joe? Any themes that I missed that we haven't touched on?
Ooh, I feel like you really hit them all. But the one thing related to bowling that I feel like we didn't comment on, which is again why it like blows my mind that kids don't love bowling birthday parties, is when you did the glow in the dark ones and everyone came wearing white and you could use like special paint on your face, and then
oh my god, cosmic bowling.
Thank you. I couldn't remember what it was called. Cosmic bowling was the best. I remember being so excited for cosmic bowling every time I got to go. It was like, oh my gosh. And then every time I had my own, it was so great.
She's reliving it right now, y'all.
I really am. Like, I can see myself. I remember my mom got us like lipstick that was like glow in the dark.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, it was super fun. And like stuff to spray in your hair. Oh my gosh, I want to go cosmic bowling. What are you doing later, Morg?
Our bowling alley's even open.
I don't know, but I know the bowling alley here has a deal on Tuesdays. So what are you doing on Tuesday? You want to come here and bowl with me?
Whoa. I'll drive up from Austin right now.
All right, Morg, it's a date. But also something that's obsolete is roller rink. We loved birthday parties at the roller rink.
Oh my gosh, how did I forget?
Yeah, I mean, and there
Wow.
was like such classic things. Everybody, you always got out there and did the YMCA. You got out there and
Macarena?
the Macarena, the limbo.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That one was like should have been top of my list. That was like what everybody who was cool did.
Yes, I loved it. I mean, we just went there every Friday night anyways. And my brother's birthday is around the time of Halloween, so his birthdays they were always like dress up and at the roller rink.
Oh, so fun.
Yeah, it was so fun. I loved it. And then they did the happy birthday song for you and you went out in the middle of the roller rink. I loved it.
And then sometimes there was other kids having a birthday too.
Yeah, and you were like, "What? No, it's my
Excuse me.
birthday. This is exclusively mine. It's my day." Yeah, and it was like it was super easy. I remember thinking, well, I mean, I don't think I thought this at the time, but like reflecting, it was like they took care of you there, It was like they brought out your pizzas, they gave you a certain number of drinks, and then you always got those little Bluebell ice creams, which were delicious, and your cake.
Yeah, and looking back, I feel like I thought those birthdays were like forever long, but I think they are only like 2 hours.
I would say maximum.
Isn't that crazy? Like I used to think like
It
this
is.
is the bomb, like this is so cool. They rented this out for the whole day for us to come party.
Child rave, everyone.
And it was like 2 hours long. Like I remember my mom would like drop me off at some kid's birthday party at the roller rink and be like, I'm running to the bank.
I'll be back in an hour.
Right. It was like that.
Oh, I loved that. Yeah, and that was another one that you came outside and it's like broad daylight, but the roller rink had no windows.
It's so dark.
So you had no idea and you step outside and you're like, "What? Where am I? Like what time is it?"
What day is it?
It's like 4 p.m. on a Friday. You went directly after school at like 2.
Yeah. That is exactly how it was.
Yeah, but I think those are the main ones. And then definitely always pool parties, but
Oh yeah, pool parties were good, but it was like you had to be a summer month baby.
I know, and I
You
feel
know?
like you and I are like, I feel like I was always trying to push it. Like I always wanted to have a pool party, but it was just a little too soon. So I had that one birthday that was like an epic flop where it was like,
Oh my gosh, I don't remember this.
oh my gosh, I do. It was like hands down my worst birthday. It was a pool party. It was so cold that nobody got in the water except for one boy.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then someone got me a little raft for my birthday, and my dad blew it up, and I got in the raft, and I wouldn't let anyone else get in the raft with me. And so my dad took the raft away, and I cried, and that was it.
Oh my gosh, how old was this? I don't remember this.
I was turning 6. You were there.
Oh, I wasn't allowed in the raft.
You were not. And it was like everyone was around the pool and I'm just like in the pool like, sorry, it's a 1-person raft. And everyone's like, let me get in the raft.
Oh my God.
And my dad just like scooped me out of the raft and scooped up the raft and deflated it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, your dad was actually saving the day. Like, I'm not standing for this. My kid acting like a brat.
Yeah. Oh, and he was over it. He was like, no, if you're not going to share, we're done. And we were done, Morg.
Because you absolutely weren't going to share.
Yeah, I was not going to share. But have you, since I just, I wasn't even planning to tell that. But, since we're going there, have you ever had any birthday parties that you thought were just like the worst?
Oh my gosh. I remember one distinctly because I'm trying to think what grade. I must have been like more like 12, like one of the last true like slumber parties that I had. I remember, do you remember The Simple Life, Joe?
With Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton? Yes.
Okay, so one of the girls I'd invited brought season 1 of The Simple Life.
What?
And I know, and again, something I shouldn't be watching. So you can see a theme here.
Yeah, to your house where you're not allowed to watch witchcraft. Like
the worst witches we could possibly watch. The bad part was that I like was uncomfortable watching it, but I didn't want to say that because I was like 13 and trying to be cool. So the sweet girl from church that was there was like, we shouldn't watch that. And then the girl who brought it made fun of her. And I remember I didn't defend this girl and I felt really bad because it's just like one of those moments where I look back and I was like, that was mean. And I was the host and you're 12. So like, what are you going to do? But
Yeah.
it was just one of those moments where I like let her take the fall for something I also felt.
Yeah. I feel like in your 12-year-old mind, though, you're probably like, awesome. Like, she looks like the loser, not me.
Exactly. I think I was like, hell yeah.
An out.
I can go back to my rave unscathed.
Nobody ever had to know. But Morg, that really surprises me that parent, which I guess, again, is different parentings and, you know, nothing wrong with that. Just surprises me that a parent would be like, yeah, take the simple life to this birthday. Or maybe they didn't know, but still like.
Oh, no, I don't think they knew. Yeah, but I just felt so bad. You know, like I sometimes still think about that moment and I'm like, man, I wish I could have defended that kid.
Morg, don't we all? I feel like everyone has those moments, but you know, at that age, you know, you gotta.
Yeah, you're a loser. You're a sucker.
Yeah, I mean, and you're so hung up on fitting in that it's like anyone who isn't going to like, or who's gonna speak up, like, you know, you're like, I don't want to be associated with you.
Yeah, and I just remember still to this day, like thinking about, I was impressed by this like girl from my church who she just was like, well, I'm not going to watch that. Like, it's inappropriate. I'm not watching it. Looking back at this situation, I was like, whoa, this girl's such a loser. But now I was like, this girl's so mature. Yeah. Like, she's like, I believe in this. I'm not doing it. Y'all can do whatever you want, but I'll have to sit in the other room. Like, she literally was just like, yeah, this is how I feel about this and I'm not doing it. Man.
So what did we do?
I think we didn't watch it because those girls did make fun of the girl, but then we watched something else.
Okay, but I also have a really hard time believing that if your parents would have come out and they would have seen that, they would have been like, oh yeah, that's fine. I mean, like, do you remember the clothes they wore? I mean, I feel like those were like peak low-rise jeans.
Yeah, they would have been off.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like.
No, yeah, we would not have been able to keep it on more than like 10 minutes. Or that would have been when they went to bed.
Oh, gotcha.
Like, I do think that's what this girl was planning. She's like, okay, for like after your parents go to sleep, we're going to watch this stupid show.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I can't even comment on it. All I remember about it was like, I don't know. I think that's where That's Hot came from.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I mean, literally never watched a second of that show in my life. That was my chance. Missed me.
That was your chance. Yeah, and it altered your life. You're completely different because of it.
Who knows who I would be if I'd watched The Simple Life that night.
That's so true. Maybe Morg would have like really long blonde hair and tan skin and wear jeans that barely cover her body.
My butt crack would be out all the time.
Yeah, with crop tops, and she'd just be like, that's hot.
And y'all wouldn't be listening to us because that is how I would talk.
Yeah, because clearly I would have had to end my friendship with you because you had no substance. So this girl really did you a favor, Morg.
No, she totally did.
She completely changed your life, apparently. We had no idea.
You know who you are. Thank you. But I do feel for kids right now who are having birthdays, and I know a lot of parents have resorted to doing like Zoom birthday parties and stuff, but I'm just so curious what that looks like right now and how that goes. Like, are they putting like 10, 12-year-olds on a Zoom call?
Oh, yeah, because I have to be honest with you. If it's anything like, I mean, you know, we had a Zoom kind of wedding party chat. I had one with like my friend who was supposed to get married and she didn't. And it was like almost painful. So I would, you know, because I mean, it's like you put so many people on and it's like you can't have side conversations or whatever. So I just would be so curious to know, what does a Zoom birthday party look like? Do you play games? Like, how does that, is everyone just like waving, or those parades too?
Yeah, I know the parades are still happening. I saw one the other day in my neighborhood. So, well, you know, you can do those like online Zoom games. Like,
oh, that's true. Yeah. So it's cool that there's all of these resources, you know, but I mean, I definitely, like you said, my heart goes out to any kid who's had a birthday in quarantine. You know, I mean, that has to suck. You know, for me, it was like, ugh, whatever, another birthday, whatever. Like, I'm not enjoying, haven't been enjoying these for years anyways.
I was thinking though that boys might like it still if they're really into video. I mean, girls who are really into video games too, but because then you can just like set it up and still play like you would normally, like do a huge tournament or something. I don't know how video games work.
Yeah, that's true. And you could almost offer like a prize. Like if you could do some sort of, Morgan and I are very out of our realm here. But like if you could go into a video game that's like communal, I don't think that's the word.
Yep.
Where you all linked up and you do some sort of scavenger hunt or something.
Fortnite
scavenger hunt. Like, I mean, scavenger hunts are like a real birthday party thing. So if you could like somehow do that within a video game.
Oh my God, that's so cool, Joe. Like if instead of playing like what everybody else is playing, you're like looking for stuff that's like on the map or whatever. Oh, that's cool.
Yes. And it's like the parents create riddles.
Okay, moms out there.
I know. I actually think this is a good idea. And so like the parents can create riddles. So it might be kind of tricky. Like maybe it's something really obvious. I don't know what's in Fortnite, but I feel like there will be cows. So like maybe you write a riddle that's like, I'm not going to come up with a rhyme, but it's like your milk originated here.
Oh,
the milk you drink with your cereal originated here. And these kids are like, what the heck? And then they trace it back to cow.
Your mom's a loser. No, I like this a lot. And well, I know my boyfriend plays Fortnite a lot. So I know there are different maps and...
Oh, so he's our expert. Okay.
Yeah, we can ask him if this would work. But you...
Yeah, we're going to have to check.
You also like the map closes in on itself. And that's like an element of fun to it as well. Like you have to stay alive to do the scavenger hunt. So you're kind of playing the real game. And then you're also trying to like find all the things that you need to find within a certain time frame.
Okay. So an added challenge. I like that. And then maybe the winner, like whoever wins the scavenger hunt, you can have like the birthday kid and the mom drive over and they can like deliver a little prize. Like here, you get a bag of M&Ms.
Yeah, or like a little trophy.
A little trophy or like a little nice party favor.
I like it. Okay, I think we solved a lot of problems today.
I think we just made Zoom birthday parties kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I had no idea I could talk for even this long about Fortnite anyway, so...
Watch, we're going to check in with Morgan's boyfriend and he's going to be like, none of this makes any sense. Like, clearly you guys don't understand even the basic principles of the internet.
There are no cows.
Like, what? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Well, Joe, I am going to end that segment on us on a high note saying that we nailed it.
We did, Morg. We did. Virtual high five.
Birthday parties always have, of course, the time when you watch the kid who's celebrating their birthday open presents.
Yes.
Which can be a huge hit or miss.
I was going to say awkward.
Yeah. I'm never one that likes to be watched while I open presents or to be a watcher of someone opening presents. I feel like there's a lot of pressure.
I agree. Like, it's a lot of pressure. Like, I remember thinking when I'm the opener, it's like a lot of pressure because you have to react a certain way, like regardless. So, I feel like I refined my theatrics, like my acting skills, but also being a watcher, you have to sit like that. To me was almost more stressful. Like when they opened my gift, oh my gosh, are they going to like this? Are they going to hate this? Oh my gosh. I remember one time in middle school, my mom, she, like I was going to a birthday party for a couple of girls and my mom bought them shirts from Ross. And I was like, oh my gosh, I do not want these girls to know that I shop at Ross. And I remember thinking it was like the most embarrassing thing. And it was like so painful to watch them open it. Like, oh my gosh.
Oh no. I feel like growing up though, I knew what present I brought, but I had no idea what was in it. I was like, wow, I really hope my mom got them something good because I have no idea what that is.
I only knew it was mine growing up if it was a beta fish.
The beta fish. Oh man. Those were a classic from y'all's family.
A horrible gift, Mark. Absolutely horrible gift.
Well, on the note of horrible gifts, I found an article online of people's like worst birthday presents, and I thought we should go through a selected few that we present to each other, and then like we try to sell it.
Okay.
If I were giving it to you, I would want you to really like it, and so I'm going to be like, "This is why I got it for you."
Ooh, okay, I like that. And just to be clear, is a beta fish on there or a living creature on there?
I don't think a living creature is on here, but there are some really funny ones that, that people got that were actually horrible. Or in comparison to what one of them, I'll just give this example because I thought it was really funny. But for her sister's birthday one year, the person who submitted this said that their aunt gave her sister a Louis Vuitton bag and then they gave her a towel.
Oh my
Like,
god.
how upset would you be if your sister got a nice handbag and you got a towel?
I would be so bummed. I'd be like, what? Am I an afterthought or is this towel like amazing? Yeah, I want to know what did grandma say? You know, like how did she sell that?
That was just an example, but on a few of these, I'm going to try to sell them to you, Joe, as if you are the receiver. So happy birthday.
Okay.
Okay, picture this. It's your 16th birthday. I have brought you an uncooked egg.
Oh, wow, Morgan, uncooked egg. Gee, thank you.
Well, number one, I got this for you because you like breakfast, and I picked it out from the finest tin that I could find. And this egg reminds me of you because you used to write short stories called Eggs with Legs.
I did.
And you would draw little legs on egg characters and write short stories about them. So I really wanted to give this to you.
Morgan, and you know, fun fact, that carried over into college too. I wrote several stories about eggs. I don't know what it is with me and eggs. Oh, wow. Okay, thank you, Morg. But just out of curiosity, where are the other 11?
Well, I just stole one from that fine hen.
Oh, so you stole it. You didn't purchase this gift.
No, I got it from the finest hen that I could find.
And it's not even golden. Thanks a lot.
Ouch. Man, I tried. Okay, your turn, Joe. What'd you get me?
Okay, Morg. I know you love to write so much that I bought you a journal. But, you know, I wasn't sure if you would understand exactly what journaling looks like. So I went ahead and I filled out about half of it just to model it for you. So happy birthday, and please enjoy my samples and enjoy writing your own.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that half of the book has been used. And
you were way nicer.
It will also help me on my reading skills. So this is really a twofer.
It is, Morgan. I'm glad you really liked it.
And I bet some of your egg short stories are in it.
Of course, Morg. And all my egg drawings.
But what is the actual scenario of that one? That the one you had?
Oh, that's it. It just says that someone was given a journal that had already been half written in.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
These are crazy.
So picture this. I'm your grandma, or I guess your great grandma in this scenario. And I give you a toothbrush. And when you act like it's a joke, I lean in, look dead into your eyes, and tell you gum disease is not something to be laughed about.
Oh my gosh. That's how you sell me this gift?
Happy birthday.
That's it? Okay. Oh, well, thank you, great Nana. I apologize for laughing. I think I was laughing with joy because I also was worried about gum disease, and now I know that I don't have to, thanks to you and your lovely gift. There, is that a nicer response?
Oh my gosh. Well, you don't have to respond nicely. Your great Nana probably can't even hear anyways. She's probably bitter because of her disease-ridden mouth.
But more, you know, gotta respect my elders. I don't know who gave me the egg. Someone my age, but someone giving, you know, my grandma, my great grandma gave me this toothbrush.
Yeah, I don't know. This submission, they just said they thought the toothbrush was the joke and they were laughing about it. But the grandma looked at them and said, disease in your mouth is not funny.
Grandma is really not here for jokes.
Yeah. Do you think it was just like a regular toothbrush, like from the dentist?
Well, I'd be like, come on, you couldn't even splurged for an electric toothbrush?
Yeah, if I'm going to really get down and dirty, I need something fancy.
Let's get serious about gum disease, Grandma. Okay, Morg, so no real background scenario here, like the other one, but happy birthday. Happy 7th birthday, Morg. I got you a set of Tupperwares because I think Tupperware, I know that you like to eat, and you know, I think this will be a good place for you to store your food if maybe you're just not hungry for your full meal. And also I know that sometimes you like to save your farts, so I think it'll be a good spot for you to keep some of those.
Oh my God.
You're 7. You probably do.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. But I really, really would have appreciated you saying the fart thing outside of everyone and my guests at the party.
Oh,
So
there's other people here.
my feelings are pretty hurt and I am completely embarrassed. I do like saving my food. This will be great for lunch at school. Thank you.
Wow, still very kind response. I forgot there were other people in this party. I was just,
She outed me.
I outed you. Every other 7-year-old too, I'm sure. I'm sure all the 7-year-olds were like, that's awesome. I need a fart box.
It's exactly what I needed. Okay, Joe. Well, on that note, what is the worst birthday present that you've ever been given? Or like a memorable one. It doesn't have to be like all time.
The worst or most memorable birthday gift I've ever been given. Oof, that's hard, Morg. I feel like this is like the first time I've ever really thought about this. I think I do have it, and I honestly don't even want to admit this, but I would just like to say that I was fairly young when I got this gift. So, I think kids are kind of known to be bratty. I would be very impressed, or I am always very impressed when kids are like very selfless, because I was not. I got the gift of feeding some people in like a third world country. It was like I had received a card that said I bought a llama or something. Not a llama. I think I have llama on the brain since you said llama earlier. I bought a cow or something, or like the gift I would have gotten.
Oh, yeah, to help sustain them.
Yes. And, but when you're like 7 or so, you're like, what? You like get a card and you're just assuming it's going to be like money or something.
Yeah.
I don't know that I want to say that, because I wouldn't say, I like reflecting. It's like a great gift. Like it's actually a really cool gift. But in the moment, I was like, are you kidding?
Yeah. It's almost like you maybe needed like your parents to like prep you for that one. Like it's not like they knew what was in that card. I don't know who gave it to you, but it is one where it's very good. It's a teaching moment.
Yes. And I remember like received literature on it. But I mean, as we've previously stated, I wasn't much of a reader. So it didn't really mean much to me at the time. And like, again, looking back, I think it's a really cool gift. Like, I honestly feel like I need to remember that to like give people nowadays. But like just at that age, I was like not prepared to receive nothing to myself, I should say.
No, yeah, that just reminded me, Joe. I did like a charity program where I was partnered with a kid that, came from a less fortunate family, and I would take her to do things and whatnot. But one of the things they suggested was to also like, teach the student you were partnered with that giving to others is also important. And so around Christmas time, I had her I go pick out an angel tree and like buy stuff for like another kid. And she was pissed that it wasn't for her.
How old was she?
She was like 6, so she was little. I think like you, if I were to redo it in my mind, I would prep her more for it before actually going to go shop for another kid, because it wasn't like I wasn't going to get her a present, but I think it was like really hard for her to like see all this stuff get bought and like give it away.
Yeah, which is so, I mean, I guess it's just an age thing. I hope it is. Because it's just one of those things that's like at that age, it's like you can't really like grasp that. And it's like, it's all about you. Like,
yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I guess that's maybe how I would handle that, is like explaining it more. Like, I wish I would have been one of those really amazing kids that are like 1 in a million. It was like, this is great.
Right, but I just was a turd.
Yeah, right. Like, I wish that every year I would have been like, Mom, I don't need birthday gifts. Like, you can donate everything. But instead I was like, where's my Barbie doll? Nobody gets in my raft. I got a cow for someone else. I sucked.
Man, well, mine's not going to make me look any better. So the worst present I got, I remember my mom being so upset because she actually got my sisters and I, all three, this like, we loved playing dress up, and it was a really cute pink dress up dress. And
yeah,
I loved it when I opened it. I was like, this is so cute. And I was probably like, I don't know, maybe like 8, my little sister 4, my older sister 10. And we were all in these like cute pink dresses. But then we go put them on and they were so itchy because of the tool. And I just remember like screaming down the hallway while we had like guests. Like my whole birthday party's still there. And I was like, I'm not coming out. It's itchy. And my mom was like, come show everyone your dress. And I was like, no. And it was this like huge dramatic fight. And I have all these like memories of my mom taking pictures of me like hunched over crying in front of my like birthday party guests. And I was like, oh my God, what a brat.
Oh, Morg, when do we get to see these photos? Because I am dying to see this.
I think I gotta find them, but it's definitely, my mom definitely has some out there. I don't know if there's ones with the guests in the picture, but there's definitely ones of me in the dress where I'm like standing with my arms out and like uncomfortable. Like, I hate this.
Help.
And all I needed was like a t-shirt underneath it. Like it was so bratty.
Well, you know, it sounds about right. I think that's definitely comparable to me not sharing my raft.
Like my mom tried to be nice and give my sisters and I, and we were all throwing a fit. We were all like, it's horrible.
It's horrible. Okay, so then that's another thing though, is that I feel like being a parent who has to buy your kid gifts, I feel like that would be so hard. Like one of my least favorite things to do is buy gifts. And it's not so much because like I don't like giving. It's not that. It's just that I'm so worried that it's not going to be liked or like, you know, like I want to get someone something that they really like and I don't want to get them something that they're going to, you know, I mean, of course, adults are not going to like throw a fit. I don't know. I don't want to have someone in their mind being like, oh my gosh, this is so itchy.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of pressure to get them something they like. I feel like as adults, it's really hard too because I think the like thrifty nature #episode3 was behind like who I am makes me also like really concerned that it's not like wasteful.
Yeah.
So I want it to be like a useful gift or something that they like really, really want or like or will use when it's really like not even about that. Like the act of giving a gift, it's like, I just wanted to show appreciation or whatnot, but I just get very like obsessed with it not being like a trinket.
That's
or
true.
Something like lotion that I know nobody likes.
That's very true. It's like I feel like I'll really overthink it though. And I'm like worried, like, do they already have this? Have they told me? Have they mentioned this thing before I get it for them? And like, is this something that will be useful to them in their life? Or like, you know, sometimes things that I'll go for are like things to decorate someone's house. I'm like, but does this go with their color scheme? Like, do they already have enough things hanging on their walls? Like, I don't want something to just junk in their closet.
Yeah, that's why I really appreciate registries. Everybody should just have a registry all the time.
Ooh, do birthday registries exist? That sounds like that's like almost like an Amazon wish list, but I agree. It should be a registry.
Yeah, I guess it is pretty much an Amazon wish list, but I just mean like anything. Because what if it's not on Amazon? Because
I agree. That's why we can't limit it to Amazon.
It'd be great if people could just have that filled out. And then if I'm like, oh, they did something nice for me, let me go to their Amazon wish list or whatever it is and buy something for them. And I know they'll need it or like it.
That would make life so much easier. But just a quick note on that Amazon wish list. Do you not think it'd be kind of weird if someone just like all year round had an Amazon wish list? Like, I think I'd kind of be like, this is weird. This person's like doing this because they want gifts.
They like expect them.
Yeah, I'd be like, I did a good deed. Like, here's my Amazon wish list. Or like, I don't know. Like, it's like never occurred to me to make a wish list.
I think I've only made them because it, like for Christmas lists. And so I bet I have one from like, 10 years ago hanging out there.
I would love to see what Morg from 10 years ago put on her Amazon wish list.
What I still have on my list. I bet I could go look. I'll check it out. I'll let you know.
Yeah, I want to know because I bet you anything it'd be like something really obsolete now, like an iPod Nano.
Or like, I think it was like, specific books I wanted to read or something too. So I'll have to go look.
A CD. Okay, yeah, I want to know.
Who was 2000, or I guess, 2010 Morg. What was she doing? What did she want?
What was she doing? What was she like?
I will make sure I go share or go look at what my oldest wish list had on it because I'm very curious. But I think we're ready to close out today, Joe. So on our final note, what was the favorite birthday that you ever had growing up? What was the theme? Where was it at?
Oh my gosh. Morg's hitting me with all the really hard questions today. You know what I would say it was that I had, do you remember American Girl Doll?
Yes.
Do you remember they had like themed party kits?
No, I didn't remember this.
Oh my gosh, Morg. So I just remember because we received like an American Girl Doll catalog, like monthly or I don't know, like ever so often. And they always had pages with like what they offered for parties. And I remember always thinking they look so cool. And I remember being like, Mom, I really want to have one of these American Girl Doll birthdays. And we had a like a 50s sock hop birthday. And so we all wore like the big not hoop skirts.
Poodle skirt.
Poodle skirts, thank you. So we all wore poodle skirts, and within like the party kit came little scarves for your throat and little sets of cat eye glasses and like little
I remember this, and your dad had like records and stuff or something. Like there were records everywhere.
Yes. And so I just remember like it was like a dream come true, like getting this birthday out of a catalog. And honestly, that's again like what a turdy kid. It's like this birthday wasn't memorable because of anything that happened. It's memorable because I got to have this catalog birthday party.
Oh my gosh. But that I remember even going to that birthday party. It was fun. I remember thinking it was so cool.
Yeah. That might have been the one we watched Casper at.
It might have been.
It might have been. It was a slumber party.
Mine would have been the Build-A-Bear birthday party that I had. So for those of you who don't know, Build-A-Bear is a little workshop in malls where you go and pick out like the unstuffed body of a teddy bear. And you go through the like assembly line of stuffing it and, you know, creating a stuffed animal essentially. And all your guests pick one out too. But I was obsessed with stuffed animals and I loved it.
So Morg, I too remember that. And again, another callback to our thrifty episode. I remember getting like the cheapest of everything because it was like one of those times where it's like I only had a certain amount of money or like it was like I had to spend my own money. I don't really remember, but I just remember that I bought like the cheapest bear. I didn't put the voice box in it or anything. And I bought him a Hawaiian shirt because it was the cheapest. And I remember a lot of the other people got like full-blown costumes or they made messages that went inside their Build-A-Bear and they would say it to them, and my Build-A-Bear cost like $24 like or something like that, and it was like I got the bare minimum, pun intended.
Yeah, I think it was like the party would be like you can spend up to a certain amount and then like so that way it like doesn't get like out of control for the people hosting it.
Oh.
And so then you could then like anything above that, like kids could bring their own money to get like the full-blown outfits.
Oh, is that how it worked?
Joe was staying under budget.
Oh my gosh, like by a lot. I remember being so aware of like being like the price of everything, and I was like not even going to. Okay, so I didn't realize that, but oh my gosh, wow. I was so conscientious with someone else's money that wasn't even my own. Wow, maybe I wasn't as bad of a kid as I thought I was.
She's redeeming herself. Yeah, it was like some sort of like inclusive part, or like then you could go out and like make it crazy.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, I remember. Do you remember what yours looked like? I feel like I remember thinking yours was like pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember I made it like look like me. So I was wearing like this little blue jean jumper and a white shirt underneath, and I got a little black bear, and it was wearing like a little blue jean jumper.
Oh my gosh, Morg planned that.
I probably did. I was like, I hope they have a blue jean jumper for my bear.
I'm gonna wear this just in case. Wow, Morg, I feel like we've covered a lot. I feel like I've weirdly learned a lot about birthdays and your birthdays in general.
Yours as well. And overall turdiness that I held within me as a child.
Yes, like I feel like I'm not exactly sure how I feel about people really knowing how horrible I was. I've changed.
This is not giving us a good look. I've changed too.
We've grown. We're not that bad, guys.
We're not those people anymore.
We can receive gifts with a smile on our face. We will share our wrapped.
We are always thankful, even if it's itchy.
Even if it's itchy. So that's going to be it for us today. Thanks for hanging out with us. We are 2Bs from Lil D. You can follow us on Instagram at 2Bs from Lil D. And please be sure to send us some baggage and check back with us next Friday when episodes drop.